Welcome to a new Everywhere Network video in which we're going to analyze a new Everywhere trailer. This is the first official trailer we received, considering that what we saw in 2022 was just a teaser, so there's plenty of things to talk about in this video. Let's dive right in. The trailer starts with a couple of beautiful shots of Utropia, where we can see the different districts. Thanks to a post on the Everywhere website, we now know their names: Entertainment District, Combat District, Racing District, The Collection, and Monument Park. According to Barb, the name of the world in the game is Everywhere, and Utropia is just the capital city, which would suggest that we might see more cities in the future. Here's the first look at some shops in Utropia. One called Benchmark, and another one called Just a Hunch. The one on the far right, Flavius, we saw in this screenshot a few months ago. As you can see, each store has a different personality, with signs, windows, and even lighting that are entirely different from each other. We can also see various characters interacting. This one, for example, has a completely different body type from the other two, which shows that we can even choose the body complexity of our avatars. Here, we see the volcano biome with some cars passing by. The particles from both the lava and the car smoke look spectacular in this scene. One noteworthy aspect is how incredible the vegetation looks. In every shot where there are trees or grass, you can appreciate the density of it. Even with the semi-cartoon style of the game, the vegetation looks incredibly beautiful. And the lighting is just as spectacular, thanks to Unreal Engine 5 and Lumen. Build a Rocket Boy moving over to Unreal 5 for Everywhere was such a great choice. In this trailer, we also see quite a lot of Arcadia, which is the easy-to-use, no-code design tool within Everywhere. There's a lot you can build in Arcadia, from your levels or games to entire worlds where you can invite your friends to live in. The possibilities are almost endless, as you can see in this next shot. The user-generated environments can be enormous. Just look at this Colosseum being built with Arcadia. From this screenshot, we know that they have selected 72 out of 14,394 assets, which sounds like a lot, but as of right now, we still don't know what the real limit is or how big our worlds can be. Once you've finished your piece in Arcadia, you can do whatever you like with it. Publish it for others to buy, create an activity, or just keep it for you and your friends. Moving on to the next scene, we see one of the shots that I personally like the most. What appears to be a wizard at the gates of a castle welcoming a couple of players. This screenshot makes you imagine all the possibilities that Everywhere has. Just think about a huge world created by you and your friends where others can have their homes and roleplay. This is our first look at an arcade game in Everywhere. It's called Skee Ball. There will likely be even more games like this one, or maybe you could create your own. The next scene shows someone creating a wheeled race in Arcadia, and we can see what looks like the requirements in this window down here. You'd need the obvious, like the start and finish line, spawn points, and race gates. Since this is called a wheeled race, we could potentially see other types of races in the game. The Everywhere developers want you to reflect your personality in your game avatar, so there are thousands of customization options, as shown in these examples. Skin color, hair type, types of bodies, beards, jackets, makeup, t-shirts, necklaces, sneakers, you name it. And they've confirmed collaborations with major clothing brands, so it's very likely that we'll see certain well-known brands in the game. Regarding the graphics, we see a significant improvement compared to the 2022 teaser. Textures, models, and lighting are much more polished now, and we can appreciate what seems to be ray tracing in many scenes of the trailer. As for the social aspect of Everywhere, we can perform actions like dancing, waving, etc., but it also has in-game emotes, so you can easily communicate with other players. Although if you prefer to play solo, Everywhere is also a game for you. Once you're with your friends in the game, maybe you'd like to go partying, and Everywhere has everything you need. Here, they show a massive stage where we could potentially see collaborations after launch, similar to how Epic Games has done live events in Fortnite. This could be a way to bring more players to everywhere. In this gigantic building, we see many things. A car that seems to be taken from MindsEye in the center of the room, probably for sale. Small miniature cars on the right, which we don't know if we can drive or if they're just decorative. In the background, several portals can be seen, but one with the sign Art Gallery stands out. Do you remember this screenshot? Well, that's the Art Gallery. Many of you are still asking about MindsEye. And although we don't have any official news, a new image of Jacob, the protagonist, has appeared on the site, along with a few extra seconds of the car scene we saw last March. It's not much, but everything points to Build a Rocket Boy wanting to get everywhere released before MindsEye, so personally I wouldn't expect any news until next year. And finally, as many of you have been eagerly anticipating, we have news about the first playable version of Everywhere. If you've signed up for the closed alpha, you'll be able to play Everywhere under NDA. This will be an unfinished version of the game, so it's normal to encounter many bugs and unfinished content. It's our first interaction with the game, so it will be an exciting experience for sure. That's all for today. I'm sure you're as excited as we are to play Everywhere, and we hope to have more news soon. Please follow EverywhereNet on Twitter, and don't forget to join the official Discord server if you haven't already. This is EverywhereNet. Thank you for listening, and see you very soon.